So, let us see what Prabhupada has said about Vyasa-pooja, since today is Guru Purnima Day, the beginning of the Chaturmasya. Prabhupada writes, Vyasadeva is the original guru or spiritual master of all those who follow the Vedic principles. Worship of the spiritual master is called Vyasa-pooja. The bona fide spiritual master is also called Vyas because the spiritual master is a representative of Vyas. Worshipping the birthday of such a spiritual master is called Vyasa-pooja. So, in Bhagavad Gita chapter 18, text number 75, we find this shloka. Vyasa pradasadach chutavan etad guyam ahang padam yogam yogeshvarat krishnat sakshat katayata swayam. Sanjaya informed Dhritarashtra, it was by the mercy of Vyasa that I have heard these most confidential talks in Bhagavad Gita directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna. Prabhupada comments as follows. Vyasadeva was the spiritual master of Sanjaya, and Sanjaya admits that it was by Vyasadeva's mercy that Sanjaya could understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. This means that one has to understand Krishna not directly, but through the medium of the spiritual master. The spiritual master is the transparent medium, although it is true that the experience is still direct. This is the mystery of the disciplic succession. When the spiritual master is bona fide, then one can hear Bhagavad Gita directly, just as Arjuna heard it. There are many mystics and yogis all over the world, but Krishna is the master of all yoga systems. Krishna's instruction is explicitly stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Just surrender to Krishna exclusively. One who does so is the topmost yogi, which is confirmed by Krishna in the final verse of the 6th chapter. Yogi nam ape sarvesham. Now, elsewhere, Prabhupada also talks about Vyasa-pooja. Prabhupada writes, Narada is a direct disciple of Krishna, and Narada is the spiritual master of Vyasadeva. Therefore, Vyas is as bona fide as Arjuna, because Vyas comes in the disciplic succession, and Sanjaya is the direct disciple of Vyas. Therefore, by the grace of Vyas, Sanjaya's senses were purified, and so Sanjaya could see and hear Krishna directly. So, you may recall from our Bhagavad Gita studies that Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra were situated away from the battlefield. And Sanjaya, by meditation, mystic meditation, was seeing everything going on the chariot with the discussion of Krishna and Arjuna, And it was explained by Prabhupada that Sanjaya had mystic television. Just like nowadays, we can turn on the television and see something from China, something from Russia. We see so much now from the Ukraine. We are sitting in our home millions and millions of miles, and yet by television we can transport it to so many places. So the mystic yogi, like Sanjaya, and he says this was the mercy of Vyasa, even though he's away from the battle, in his heart he can see everything. Therefore, by the grace of Vyasadeva, Sanjaya's senses were purified, and Sanjaya could see and hear Krishna directly. One who directly hears Krishna can understand this confidential knowledge. If one does not come to the disciplic succession, then he or she cannot hear Krishna, and therefore one's knowledge is always imperfect, at least as far as understanding Bhagavad Gita is concerned. In Bhagavad Gita, all the yoga systems are explained: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. These are the three main yogas. And Krishna is the master of all such mysticism. It is to be understood, however, that as Arjuna was fortunate enough to understand Krishna directly on the chariot on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, so by the grace of Vyasa, Sanjaya was also able to hear Krishna directly. Actually, there is no difference between hearing directly from Krishna and hearing directly from Krishna via a bona fide spiritual master like Vyasa. The spiritual master is the representative of Vyasadeva also. Therefore, according to the Vedic system, on the birthday of the spiritual master, the disciples conduct the ceremony called Vyasa-pooja. Even though we may not be fortunate to contact the Supreme Lord personally, the Lord's representative is as good as the Supreme Lord himself. Why? Because such a representative does not say anything unless it was spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, therefore, gives a definition of Guru. Jare dekha tare kaha Krishna Upadesh. The bona fide Guru is one who advises one's disciples exactly in accordance with the principles spoken by Krishna. The bona fide Guru is one who has accepted Krishna as Guru. This is known as the Guru Parampara system. The original Guru is also Vyasadeva, because Vyasa is the writer, speaker of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein everything spoken relates to Krishna. Therefore, Guru Puja is also known as Vyasa-pooja. So, in the final analysis, the original Guru is Krishna. His disciple is Narada, whose disciple is Vyasa. And in this way, we gradually come in touch with the Guru Parampara. One cannot become a guru if one does not know what the personality of Godhead, Krishna, or Krishna's incarnation actually wants. The mission of the guru is the mission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What is that mission? That mission is to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Thus, we adore this auspicious day known as Sri Vyasa-pooja Tithi, because the Acharya is the living representative of Vyasadeva, who is the divine compiler of the Vedas, Puranas, Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Vedanta Sutra, and Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Tat Sat. Vande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam. Vande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam. Samsara Davan Adalita Lota. Pranaya Karunya Gana Ganatvam. Praptasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya. Vande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam. Mahaprabho Kirtana Nritya Gita. Vaditra Madhyan Manasora Sena. Romanchakam Pasru Taranga Bhajo. Vande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam. Sri Vigraharad Dana Nityanana. Sringara Tanman Viramarjanadao. Yuktasya Bhaktangs Chaniyunjatopi. Vande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam. Chaturvidha Sri Bhagavat Prasada. Swadvana Triptan Hari Bhakta Sanghan. Kritvaiva Tripting Vajatak Sadaiva. Vande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam. Sri Radhika Madhavayora Pada. Madhurya Leela Guna Rupa Namna. Pratikshanasvad Analolu Pasya. Vande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam. Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Siddhyai. Yayali Vir Yukti Apekshaniya. Tatrati Dakshyat Ati Valabhasya. Vande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam. Sakshat Harit Vena Samasta Shastra. Ruktastat Kabak Yata Eva Sadabi. Kintu Prabhorya Priya Eva Tasya. Vande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam. Yasya Prasadad Bhagavat Prasado. Yasya Prasadan Nagati Kutopi. Dayan Stuvang Stasyaya Shastri Sanyang. Vande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam. 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 Vande Guru Sri Charanara Vindam.